but it's different when you are grieving somebody that's still alive. It's unfathomable sometimes, and it's unbearable, and it's very distressing sometimes. I'm not even feeling
Don't close your eyes to get away. Just bang my line and I'll arrange it. Beautiful girl, you're stainless. You'll be fine, I'll be painless.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, I am so glad that you are here. So for today's video, we are talking about losing friends. Oh my gosh. We are here for another Beff Talks video. I'm gonna walk it like I talk it and keep bringing y'all these videos. So for today on Beff Talks, we are talking about losing friends. I have experienced a lot of loss, whether it be through death or through arguments or through just just mutual separation, and I would be a liar if I said that it didn't hurt or if it didn't suck. And I am here to discuss that and how do I navigate it, what healthy way I navigated, or unhealthy ways that I'm trying to turn to healthy ways. So yeah, if you are interested in this video, make sure that you stay to the end, drop a comment and a like for me, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on your post notifications so that you are notified each and every single time that I post. So let's go ahead and get to it. Okay, so for my first tip, or my first little bullet point, I would say that it happens. I am somebody that it's really hard for me to accept loss, and I've experienced a lot of it, so it's a little traumatizing. And I think that it is something. I think the quicker that you realize that it's okay that it happens, I think that it helps a little bit more. I wouldn't say that it lessens the blow, but I absolutely I don't really know how to explain that. It's a natural part of life. We all fall out with people that we thought that we would spend a lifetime with, or at least longer than what we did. And sometimes you outgrow people, sometimes people outgrow you. In my last Beff Talks, I think that I was pretty much discussing, am I the problem? And I think that we lose friendships sometimes because we didn't do what we needed to do to be a friend, or we didn't do what that person needed in their life anymore. And I think that the best thing to do is just, first of all, just accept it. Like you have to accept it and give that person space to accept it as well. So for my next tip, I would say that you can pray about it and just seek guidance from God. Should you pray for reconciliation, or should you just leave it alone and let it be? I've had plenty of relationships in my life that left, and honestly, I'm not gonna lie, most of them came right back. Whether it be in a small sense, like, hey, how you doing, how have you been, or just especially here in Memphis is extremely small. You're going to run into people all the time, especially if you go to a certain school, or especially if you work at a certain place. I know my job, I run into people all the time that I prefer not to, but it's okay, it's life. So yeah, just seek guidance from the Lord. Who is meant to be in your life, he will surely show you. He will not hold that type of information from you. One of the running jokes is that the quickest prayer to get answered is this person meant to be in my life? And a lot of times we joke about that in a romantic sense, but in a friendship sense as well. Absolutely, God will answer that immediately. So don't be scared to pray, is this person meant for me? If this person is meant to be in my life. And then I think another thing that helps me accept if somebody isn't meant to be in my life, I think that God withholds no good thing from us. So if this person is going to hold you back from your purpose, if this person is talking about you behind your back, if this person means no good for you, if this person is not going to help you build, or if you can't help that person build, or if you're not a good friend, then simply y'all are just not compatible to be in each other's lives. And if you're not compatible to be in each other's lives, then why stifle each other's growth by being in each other's lives? So yeah, just always seek guidance in everything, but specifically in this context, make sure that you are praying to God about if you just need to give this person some time or if this is permanent, just so that you can have a peace of mind about what to do and how to handle it. But pray for that person no matter what. So, for my third tip, I think that it's healthy to find a healthy space to vent, but do not gossip. So I think that you can go to another friend. I think that you can go to a parent or a loved one that is a trusted space to express your frustration. But what I mean by don't gossip is don't lie. Do not add dramatics, because that is displeasing to God. Like, somebody can hurt you and so you can be offended by something or somebody, but to lie on somebody, it's a little trifling. Like, you don't want to be that person that adds on, more drama to the drama that is already there. So yeah, don't be that person that lies. Don't be that person that makes other people try to hate that person, because some people do that. You can have a falling out with somebody and then they'll try to have other people fall out with you as well. I've experienced that as well. Yeah, just don't be messy about it, but you do deserve to vent and to let out whatever is frustrating you. So make sure that you are doing it to somebody that is trusted, and also make sure that it's somebody that won't go back to that person and tell them about what you said. Because if they can't keep how you feel to themselves, unless it's like, sometimes intervention is necessary. So unless that intervention is absolutely necessary, if they cannot keep your feelings and your thoughts to themselves, don't tell them anything else. Because I've had that happen before, where I vented about a situation and that person went back to that person, and then things get lost in translation. It's messy. So yeah, aside from praying, find somebody trusted, find somebody that's not biased, that you can talk to about the situation, so that they can help you navigate your feelings in a healthy manner and in a healthy space. So my next point would be, allow yourself to grieve. I think that we think of grief in a sense of death, which is, mostly what we contributed to. But grief is honestly any type of loss. It doesn't have to be somebody or something that passed. You can literally grieve, and it's probably, I want to say worse, but it's different when you are grieving somebody that's still alive. It's unfathomable sometimes, and it's unbearable, and it's very distressing sometimes. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie. It is very hard to grieve somebody that is still on this earth. But it's necessary. Grief is necessary. You can grieve over the loss of a favorite t-shirt. You can grieve over the loss of a job opportunity, a relationship that you thought you were gonna have. You can grieve off of a lost friend. You can definitely grieve in any type of sense over anything. So allow yourself that safe space, and don't beat yourself up about it. Like, uh, uh, analyze the situation and think, okay, what can I do in my future friendships, or even if that friendship comes back, what can I do to avoid this problem from happening again or happening with somebody else? What can I do, and what can I fix about myself? What boundaries can I put up to make sure that this does not happen again? So yeah, use everything as a lesson. And like I said, give yourself a healthy space to grieve the situation and the person. I've kind of already touched on this for my last tip, but reflecting on what went wrong and what can be done better in the future. So throughout the friendships that I have lost in the past, a couple of lessons that I've learned is boundaries are absolutely important. I think that the closer that you get to somebody, boundaries can be a little vague, because it's like, you're close to this person, you feel like you can tell them anything, you feel like you can do anything, but there is still mutual respect that needs to be there, and there's still spaces and boundaries that need to be in place, so that both of you guys are comfortable and feel safe in that relationship. So that's one thing. As you grow older, there are just some people where their maturity stays in that moment. Like, you could have met somebody in college and y'all already graduated 5 years later, they still are the same person that they were in college. Or you can meet somebody in high school and they have had no growth at all. And it's like, okay, I'm growing, but you're not. Well, you have grown into another space or to another person, and I'm going in the opposite direction. If you don't have mutual interests or mutual morals, that's the most important thing. When y'all morals are out of whack and somebody is making you uncomfortable with the way that they are or the way that they live their life, those are things that you're like, okay, I gotta stop being friends with this person, but I also have to be stop being friends with this type of person for sure. I'll give a very tough example. I am somebody that is looking to be a wife. I am somebody that is looking to get closer to God. I don't want to be friends with, and this is no offense to anybody, I am not looking to be friends with women that are out here just casually in the streets, get casually dating, casually having sex with other men. Like, I'm not like, those are not my type of girls in this space in my life. And once again, I could be acquaintances with anybody, but like, I'm talking about friends, like trusted people, people that are in my close immediate circle. we we just not compatible no more. Like, it's just, I'm looking for different things in life, and I'm looking for those people that we can feed off of, and give it and give advice and give feedback off of each other. And if we're not compatible in that sense of maturity, or in that sense of like morally, or even in a religious space, like, then we just got to move away from each other. Like, I can't allow people that I'm not mentally compatible with in my close space, not anymore. A lot of the times I would just let people get away from with things, and I was already like low-key irritated, or I was already like, why does this person think this way? Like, not looking down on people, but it's like, if you're in my immediate close circle, we have to be similar in those foundational ideas of life, if that makes sense. So, this next tip, I've actually done it before, unfortunately, and it never ends well. So, my next tip, talking point would be, do not try to fill that void in a toxic manner. I think that as humans, I hear a lot of my favorite Christian content creators that I follow, they'll say that there's a God sized hole in your heart, and then that hole can be a circle, but you try to fix it with a square or with a triangle, meaning that when somebody leaves, especially if this is somebody that was part of your daily routine, weekly routine, this is somebody that you've known, for a very long time, for years, decades, there's going to be a void there, because that person is not in that space anymore. You can't go to that person anymore. You can't talk to that person anymore. So my advice would be, do not try to fill that void in a toxic way, meaning, don't try to make friends simply because, don't try to make friends to fill that void of that other lost friend, when it's really like, you don't really like this person, you're just trying to fill the void of the last person. Don't, go out partying or drinking, or don't go to your vices because you're sad about one thing. Like, like, don't allow, like, allow God to heal that void. Allow God to fill that space, so that you won't have like a problem come out of another problem, if that makes sense. Making sure that you are filling that void and you are healing that void in a healthy way is very important. It's very important, because I mean, it's like, you're gonna have one problem, and you're gonna have another problem build on top of that problem, and then it's like, you gotta address that problem, and you gotta get down to this problem. Like, it's just problems that you don't want. That, I hope I'm making sense. Heal in a healthy manner. That's what I'm trying to say. And then for my very last point, it is to do better in your current relationships and friendships. Like, that is probably the best thing that you can do. If you can no longer give love to that person, give that love that you want to give to that person to another person, or give it to a stranger, give it to a friend that you haven't talked to in a long time, give it to I don't know, your dog or your cat, or give it to your parents. Like, that love that you have inside of you that you once gave to somebody, just give it to somebody else. Like I said in my last tip, in a healthy manner though. Don't do it out of spite or out of hate or whatever. whatever you have inside of you, just give it to the ones that you have. My mama used to always tell me that, if there are people that don't want to accept your love, give it to the people that are already there. And foster your relationships. Where went wrong in that previous relationship, just make sure that you don't do it in your current relationships, because once again, if it's your fault, you can do it again to somebody else. Or if it's their fault, just make sure that whatever you saw in that person, that you don't pick that up in another person. I think we talk about that in dating a lot. People will say, oh, well, it's the same man but in different fonts. I think that you can get the same friends in different fonts, like the same spirit in different people. So it's the same way. What's crazy, we don't foster and talk about the health of friendships as much as we do like romantic relationships. I think that friendships are just as important as romantic. Like, we have all of these pages and all these YouTube channels and all these books and all these TikToks about like how do we foster and have healthy romantic relationships. What about the friends? Like, that is a very important aspect of life. Like, you don't only care about your friendships in the absence of romantic love. I think that you should always be concerned about the health of your friendships and put just as much work in your friendships that you do your romantic relationships. And women, we got this bad. We will let our friendships go at the wayside, but let that man need something. We right there fixing it. And like I said, I've fallen out with women because of that, because they were very male centered and they gave everything that they had to their relationships and forgot about the rest of their friends and their family. So yeah, friendships are equally as important as romantic, and you need to cater to them just as much, just as bad. I just clocked somebody's tea. I did. I know I did. All right, you guys, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to drop your thoughts down below. And also, if you have any other topics that you want me to hit, make sure that you tell me down below. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on your post notifications so that you can be notified each and every single time that I post. And also, I'm trying to get in y'all's business. So, like I said, I love to talk. That's why I named these segments Beff Talks because I love I love mental health. I love God. I love the dynamics of relationships and friendships and experiences in life and all the things. So yeah, I'm looking forward to talking and discussing more things. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that I can see you in the next one. Bye.
Don't close your eyes to get away. Just bang my line and I'll arrange it. Beautiful, girl, you're stainless. You'll be fine, I'll be painless, yeah. All I'm drinking is champagne. All you want is the same thing. Don't close your eyes to get away. Just